morning and happy Monday, everyone. You know, I just realized my shirt is brown, which is the same color as something else. And that something else is exactly how a lot of people are probably feeling on a Monday. Okay, so let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. My low is for the second day. Okay, seriously, what is up with the fact that the mornings, like on Saturday and Sunday, were great, only for it to rain from like the afternoon onwards? Like, bro, let us have our nice weather. We've kind of waited long enough for this. Yeah, I know April showers bring night flowers, and at least these showers are actually happening in April as opposed to like when it's already May and, you know, it's too late. But come on, I'm tired of feeling all cold and damp and stuff. I want to be able to wear short sleeves consistently, you know? Because I like wearing short sleeves. It's awesome. But everything else about yesterday was great. You know, got to spend the afternoon with my nephews because my parents brought them over. You know, I had some fun there. I had dinner with my parents. That was great. My mom made white chicken chili. It had been a hot minute since she actually made that, by the way. I mean, for those of you who don't remember my Mom Food Chronicle video on white chicken chili, it's actually something my mom only started making in like the last 5-6 years. So I was completely grown up when she started making it. But I gotta say, it became a favorite. It really did. I mean, I couldn't believe it either, but it's true. It legitimately became like a favorite in our household. Couldn't really believe it either, but there you go. Let's see, what else? There was the time I spent watching TV with my folks. That was great. I had a bit of a heart-to-heart last night with my mom. And it was a good one. Nothing, a little bit emotional, but, you know, nothing serious. Let's see, what would my act of kindness be then? Oh yeah, well, I watched my parents watch my nephews. Oh yeah, another part of my high is I finally got to see Chucker Conroy's introductory video to Black 2 and White 2. That video was like 47 minutes long. And like, all he did was get to the first route. I mean, he got a starter, which is tepid. Here's the interesting thing though. Spoiler, by the way. Since Generation 2, which was Gold, Silver, Crystal, you can actually choose if you're going to be a boy or a girl throughout your main playthrough. This is the first time that Chugga actually chose the girl. In fact, this is the first time in a long time I've literally seen any Pokemon YouTuber pick the opposite gender of who that YouTuber is. I mean, I've seen Marilyn do it before, but that's because I think it was trying to promote Dawn in the anime. Because he did it for a platinum. But yeah, to my knowledge, this is like the first major YouTuber I've ever watched that picked the girl instead of the boy, when the YouTuber himself is a boy. So that's great. It's funny. Their canonical names are Black 2 and White 2, because the boy's Black 2 and the girl's White 2. If they had like real life names, their names would be Nate for the boy and Rosa for the girl. But Chuck Conroy went in a completely different direction, and he named her Blaze. Blaze spelled Blaise. Blaze. Cool, right? Because, like, I think it's, like, fast and fiery and sort of, like, you know, stuff like that, whatever. I'll never forget when he did Black and White. Because he picked the guy. But the main character's name, if he actually had a name, was Hilbert. 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 He did not care for that name. I forget what he named it in the other game, but yeah. So, Blaze, great. He picked Tepig, which I expected him to pick Tepig, if we're being honest. Because he was already Oshawott when he played Black and White. And honestly, of the three starters, I mean, yeah, Snivy definitely would have been like a hard mode. As for, Tepig, considering that, you have essentially a firefighting type. Good God, I remember back when, we don't want another firefighting type. Listen, let it go. For those of you who don't know, from Generation 3 to Generation 5, the fire starter was always a firefighting type when it reached its final evolution. Because Torchic would become Blaziken, firefighting. Chimchar would become Infernape, firefighting. And now in Gen 5, Tepig would become Emboar, which is again firefighting. And keep in mind, all three of them look completely different with all different stats and essentially different fighting styles. So don't think they're all. So obviously, don't think that they're all the same. Literally typing among those three is the only thing I would definitely tell you is the same. That's about it. They all have different move pools, all different stats. Seriously, when Gen 6 was coming out, I saw so many memes of Fennekin being hounded if you're a firefighting type. Ooh. Oh, if it ever gets to the day that Cherry Conroy does X and Y, he's definitely going to be bringing that up. That I definitely expect him to do. So, yeah, I'll put a link to that video in the description down below. As well as the link to yesterday's video, which I personally have yet to watch. So, if you're following along, you'll be following right along with me. Actually, speaking of things that I'm following along with, we have a new One Piece Manga Chapter this week. Of course, sadly, even though we just got off of a break, we have another break right now. Sometimes it's rather difficult to be a One Piece fan. But let's get started. The cord's stuck on something. There we go. Hold on, let me get out of here real fast. Let's see. One Piece Chapter 1081. 10th Captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, Kuzan. Well, technically it was already made official a while back, but Kuzan became the 10th Captain of the Blackbeard Pirates. Let's see when he shows up here. It looks like he picked up where we left off. Garp is completely destroying everything, which is awesome. All the destruction he does, okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You know what, that is actually so much of a flex, because Garp is old. He's in his 70s. He just launched an attack, possibly one of the best attacks I've ever seen in the series. And he's like, after all these years, I'm losing my edge. That is hilarious. Okay. Oh. Hello there. There's Kuzan. Or Aokiji, back when he was an animal. For those of you who don't know, when a person in One Piece is a Navy admiral, their actual admiral name, is assigned both a color and an animal. In the case of Kuzan, his name was Aokiji. Now, Ao, spelled A-O, means blue, and Kiji, spelled K-I-J-I, means pheasant. So Kuzan was known as Aokiji, the blue pheasant. There you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay, let's just go into the flashback of what happened on Punk Hazard. After Marineford happened 2 years ago, Kuzan and Sakazuki, who is another admiral, and the one who killed Luffy's brother Ace. By the way, Sakazuki's admiral name is Akainu, meaning red dog. Akai is red. Inu means dog, so red dog. Let's see. Kuzan completely froze everybody in the Blackbeard Pirates. Ooh. Okay. Smart. See, Kuzan knew that if he froze Blackbeard's crew, Blackbeard wouldn't be able to do much in the realm of fighting. Remember, he's got Whitebeard's devil fruit power too. Blackbeard does, I mean. The Guru Guru no Mi, or the Tremor fruit. He can cause earthquakes. And fun fact about the ice statues that Kuzan makes, they're very brittle. Of course. Seriously, the Blackbeard Pirates find themselves in so many unwinnable situations, only to get out of sheer dumb luck. I mean, they almost got captured by Akainu after Marineford. When they broke into Impel Down, Magellan practically one-shot them. It really is as if fate wants Blackbeard and Luffy to meet, but it's going to be under the crazy circumstances. That's funny. The Blackbeard Pirates are all just having fun right now. Okay, looks like Kuzan and Blackbeard patched things up. Oh, that's interesting. See, in the non-canon One Piece film Zed, it was revealed that during the fight with Sakazuki, Kuzan legit lost his leg. So he uses his ice powers to forge a new one. But again, ice is very brittle, so it kind of breaks easily. This is the first canon appearance of said ice snake. And I find that hilarious. Oh, we have some lore here. Some big lore. Turns out, in terms of searching for the road poneglyphs, because there's one on Zoe, Big Mom and Kaido did have two of them, so that's three. There's but one left. And apparently, there's a person behind who has the last one, known as the man with the burn scar. And Kuzan's like, I've got a lot of burn scars. Is it me? No, it's not you. He meant that to be a joke. Ah, here's some more lore about the burn scar man. They say he rides in an all-black ship that swallows enemies in a gigantic vortex if they ever should wander close. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Kuzan is right now reminiscing about what happened in Ohara. Alright. Okay, looks like Kuzan got stirred up again, but this is really interesting what Blackbeard said. You know, he may actually look like the most stereotypical design for a pirate, but Blackbeard is much smarter than he lets on. I mean, it really is true. It is true that just because they shared a few drinks, they're automatically friends. But not all of them are the best of friends there. The only thing pirates really do need is an alignment of interest. And Kuzan, having left the Navy, you know, is a free man. So what is he going to do now? I guess that would explain how Blackbeard was able to persuade him to come. Looks like Kuzan and Garp are fighting. Ooh. Okay, I've seen this image before. Because right after Sakazuki killed Ace, Blackbeard, grabbed him, Sakazuki that is, and just completely made a giant hole using his tremor power and, buried him. Garp literally just did the same thing to Kuzan. Oh, God, Garp is probably gonna die here, isn't he? Oh, I hope not. Okay. Winter Island, New World, where Blackbeard and Law were fighting. And it looks as if Law has lost. I mean, I kind of figured he'd lose, but this is just pure, unadulterated disastery. Is disastery a word? No, it's not. Sorry. Ooh, looks like Beppo is remembering what Chopper told him. Ooh. Yeah, that is a question. Because let's say Blackbeard does get away with capturing Law. What is he going to do with Law's op powers? For those of you who don't know, the op stands for operation. Law is a doctor. And basically he can create a room that, anything goes in there, per his wishes. The ultimate power of the op fruit is the eternal life, eternal youth surgery. As its name is supposed to suggest, it can make someone live forever. But the user of the op fruit will die. And I don't think Law is going to be cooperative with that. Now, Teach could probably find someone to take that fruit and steal it, and then sell it. That could work. Whoa, Beppo became Sulong. With no full moon out. Thank you, Chopper. But, considering that the polar tank is completely destroyed, and is currently sinking with a lot of the Law pirates in it, all Beppo and Law can do now is escape. And the narrator says, on Winter Island, in the New World, the pirate Trafalgar Law and his heart pirates defeated. So, of the three captains who fought against Kaido and Big Mom, two of them have now been soundly defeated by another Emperor of the Sea. While back, Kid was defeated by Shanks, very soundly. And Law, well, the reason why I say his situation is better is because everyone in the Kid pirates were sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Because both Kid and Killer have eaten devil fruits. At least Law is escaping with Beppo, and Beppo can actually swim. or his lock can't. So yeah, the race for the Pirate King is still on, but Luffy, Shanks, and Blackbeard are clearly the three frontrunners. Although, speaking of Luffy, the question I have right now is, what's going on Egghead Island? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been great that we've had a couple chapters focusing on, everything else going on. I mean, One Piece is in the final saga. There's a lot to unpack here. But considering that we've had 2 chapters in the last month, and we're getting another break, can we please see what's happening on Egghead Island, please? This is supposed to be the Egghead Island incident. The only things that we can infer about what's about to happen on Egghead is there is a Blackbeard ship heading towards Egghead, where the Straw Hats are. And we know that several of the Blackbeard pirates are on Hachinosu. Blackbeard just left Winter Island, so there's no way he's on that ship himself. So who's heading towards them? Is it Lafitte or in Katarina Devon, maybe? I don't know. This is crazy. Well, sadly, we have to wait another 2 weeks before we can see anything else. But I'm glad I'm starting the week off with a chapter like this. This was a great chapter. It really was. Definitely plenty of action, plenty of lore, which definitely One Piece needs. Again, it's the final saga. If I need Eiichiro Oda writing this, I would want to leave no stone unturned. And for the most part, that's what he's been doing. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes by the end of this year. I mean, again, there's no way we're gonna One Piece isn't gonna end this year. No way. Best case scenario, I would say the beginning of 2025. I think that's when the final major war of this series is going to begin. And as of right now, I can comfortably say it's shaping up to be the biggest war, not just in all of shonen manga, not just all in reading material, but in all of fiction as a whole. And you can bet I'm going to be there when it starts. I hope you all like this video, and if you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm here home this video for all you guys watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Remember, guys, when we're talking to you, let me know. Back. Take care. Make good choices. 607 all day, baby.